Hey, what's up, guys? I'll be doing a video from Shadow Man. It's called 5 Ghost Videos Scarier Than 2020. And today's New Year's Eve. So, to anybody watching right now, have a Happy New Year. Hopefully, your new year will be better than 2020. And if you like my reaction, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you want to. I always like those. And let's get this reaction started and this video. Shadow Man.
5 ghost videos that were even scarier than 2020. Ghosting
Ooh.
security. Security as a job is considered by most to be rather uneventful, standing for hours on end and not really getting to do or see anything for an entire shift. But, of course, that's not always the case. Uploaded in April of this year, a security guard in Mexico was going about his night shift as normal, making sure the property he worked at was safe and secure, when, out of nowhere, he starts to hear what sounds like shower water running coming from the company's restroom area. Being a security guard, he went to check it out, but because of the odd sounds he was hearing, he decided to record it on his phone. What he captured not only shocked him, but his employers as well.
Estoy cagando de miedo, güey, al chile, güey. Oigan, güey. No mames, güey, no prende la puta luz, güey. No mames, Cuchi, güey. No seas ojete,
Oh,
güey.
shit.
No mames. No mames, güey.
Oh, it's still
Hay
there.
alguien, güey. A la verga. No mames.
Oh.
Su puta madre, güey. No mames. No mames.
Go.
No mames, güey.
After
Run for it.
acknowledging that there is possibly a shower running, the unknown security guard walks up and around a couple of corners, only to be face to face well, someone or something that appears to be really pale.
Yeah, that gave me
Commenters
shivers.
have written it looks like a very pale and underweight woman peeking out from around the corner. I'm not sure what to make of this video, it's almost too good to be real. What do you think? As always, comment below. I want to see what you guys think of this one. Basement sounds. In 2016, a young man named Blake Smith recorded and uploaded a few dozen videos to YouTube, most of which consisted of him playing games in what looked to be his living room. Although 5 or so of those videos had absolutely nothing to do with gaming, but something much creepier. You see, Blake would, from time to time, hear weird sounds coming from his basement. So, one day he took a break from the games and grabbed his cell phone and went down to have a look. As strange as the noises were, they were nothing compared to what he saw once he got down there.
Turn on the light, man.
Hello? Hello?
Turn on the light.
Jeez. Alright. Hello? I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Turn on the damn light.
Is anyone here? Oh, Jesus.
What is he recording with? A potato? Oh.
If that wasn't creepy enough, on another occasion, Blake went down into the basement after hearing what sounded like crying. Intrigued by this, he grabs his phone again and heads down to check it out. This time he didn't see anything, but he did hear something rather creepy.
You stay up here. Hello?
Wow.
Hello? Hello?
Now, as spooky as this is, it wasn't the only time these mysterious wails were heard. One of the more popular videos among paranormal enthusiasts and list channels like this featured this video many times before. This longer video sent shivers down people's spine as the crying sounded just horrible and disturbed a lot of people. I'm a bit late to this video, but I always knew I'd feature it for this very reason.
That's creepy. Alright. Let's see what it gets.
Wow. If it's real, that's creepy.
Believe it or not, the screaming, crying, whatever this is, gets even worse than this at one point. Blake comes back down and grabs his phone after a good 5 minutes or so, but he doesn't see anything down there. Most of his viewers appear to believe what he captured on camera is the real thing, and not edited by Blake himself. I'm still undecided. Yet another video I'd like to get your guys' opinion on. Perhaps there's even someone out there that has already debunked this video. Who knows?
This is a Smile to Rec Club aligner. It's how Smile to Rec Club.
Remodel Nightmare. The following video is from a man named Rocky Mills. He created his YouTube channel in 2011, but he didn't upload his first video until 7 years later in 2018. However, when he did, commenters were dumbfounded after seeing something they just couldn't explain in his video. You see, back in 2018, Rocky Mills appeared to be doing some sort of remodeling on a client's house, replacing floorboards and other miscellaneous things, when one day he started hearing odd sounds coming from one particular room of the house. He then switched on his phone and started recording, thinking there could possibly be a squatter in the house. He hollered down the basement stairs but got no reply. He then searches the rest of the house but comes up with nothing. He's about to end the clip when the following happens.
Oh yeah, I've seen this video many times already.
Hello?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip this since I've seen it and reacted to many times.
However, as you've just seen, the uploader drops why he dropped his phone.
Who is it?
Have seen by now, Xiaolong is a man from China that explores haunted buildings on what
I've seen
appears to
some of
be a
his
regular
videos online
basis.
already.
A lot of other
Hopefully you haven't
channels
seen
have
this
featured
one.
his content over the last year or so, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. Most of his viewers believe that the creepy stuff he captures on his cell phone is possibly the real thing, simply because of his reactions, which, if you've seen his videos before, are, well, they're pretty priceless. The following video is one of his latest and is yet another great example of why people love Xiaolong. On this adventure, Xiaolong decides that he will explore an abandoned crematorium in the pitch black darkness.
I haven't seen this one.
Something I'm guessing most people probably wouldn't do. He's inside the building for less than 5 minutes before he gets his first fright of the night.
请勿吸烟，禁止吸烟。我操你！
Bro, this guy crematorium.
哎呦我操你妈呀！我去你妈的！我操！他妈的，这是放尸体的！我操！
Doors open.
What appears to be one of the crematorium furnace bed trays seemingly gets pulled out after the door opens. Xiaolong freaks out and bolts outside until he's a few hundred feet away. A couple of minutes go by and he finds himself back inside the building. He checks out the furnace, but of course there's no one there. The brave explorer continues through the building and eventually comes across another smaller room, which also appears to have another furnace.
我操你妈！这捡骨灰的地方，这才是真正捡骨灰的地方。这是停尸床吗？这正常，他们骨灰出来都往这里头来。我操！
This guy's freaked out.
Once this happens, Xiaolong runs outside yet again, and I don't blame him. The furnace doors opening and closing like that would probably send chills down most people's spine. Of course, though, after a while he comes back into the building. Why, you may ask? Well, this is great content. Armed with some sort of melee weapon, Xiaolong enters another area of the
It's
building.
gonna stab
This
the
time
ghost.
he ends up seeing something he wishes he didn't.
操你妈的！操你！操你妈！
Is that it? This guy's screaming like crazy.
Absolutely paralyzed with fear for a good few seconds or so, Xiaolong struggles to move after seeing some sort of supposed apparition staring back at him from above. The mysterious figure appears to come out from the darkness of the night and into the light of the explorers, only to scare Xiaolong enough to leave the building once again, a third time. However, somehow I don't think he'll be back for a fourth time anytime soon. The hour-long video, believed to be a past livestream on the Bilibili website, shows a couple more creepy things than what I've shown here. So again, if you're interested in seeing more, switch on over to his page and watch the full stream. Alone in the Dark. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a former sanatorium located in southwestern Louisville, Jefferson County in Kentucky. It opened in 1910 as a two-story hospital to accommodate 40 to 50 tuberculosis patients. In the early 1900s, Jefferson County was ravaged by an outbreak of tuberculosis, or the White Plague, which prompted the construction of a brand new hospital. The hospital closed in 1961 due to advances in antibiotic drugs that ultimately lowered the need for such a hospital. Today, the old sanatorium is owned by private investors who open the historic building up to curious overnight guests and ghost tours. Professional paranormal investigative group known as Scream Paranormal visited Waverly Hills Sanatorium back in 2013. On the night of their investigation, they state that they scoured the area and found no other people present at the time they were there. However, one of the team members captured something on camera that none of them could explain.
I don't know about you guys, but I prefer rides on smooth surfaces.
That's why Manscaped developed.
Turn on your flashlight, please.
Now, the very faint figure that can be seen in the distance is claimed by many to be nothing more than a homeless person or one of the other team members. But one of the team members comments in the original video that the entire rest of the investigation team was about 20 feet behind the person who recorded this video, and that they called out and got no response, searched all the nearby rooms and connecting hallways but found no one. Whether or not this is anything paranormal is up to you to decide on. However, this of course isn't the first time people have claimed to capture or even seen something from within the building. It's also rumoured that one or two of the former supposed ghosts have been seen to roam the halls, going about their business as if they weren't even dead. So, could Scream Paranormal have caught some sort of real ghost on camera, or was it simply just a homeless person escaping the lights and cameras of the investigation team? Scream Paranormal haven't uploaded a video in over 4 years, but they've still got some pretty creepy content nonetheless. The Boy Who Lived Before. This story isn't about your usual ghosts and goblins and ghouls, but about reincarnation, or should I say, the possibility of. Back in September of 2006, a TV show called Extraordinary People aired a documentary in the UK that was about a boy who had supposedly lived once before. More specifically, it was about a 5-year-old boy named Cameron, and ever since he could talk, Cameron had been telling stories about his previous life on Barra, a remote island in the outer regions of Scotland, which was roughly about 220 miles from his current home in Glasgow.
I lived in the White House with my mum and dad and my 3 brothers and sisters.
From the age of 2, he started describing in detail his childhood on the island, which included such things as the white house he used to live in, his black and white dog that he often used to walk on the beach, his mother, his 7 siblings, and even his father, Shane Robinson, who Cameron believes died when he was run over by a car. Cameron's story became increasingly more detailed since he first started telling it. His emotional attachment to his Barra mum and his Barra family concerned his real mother, and she, like most others, thought that there's clearly something going on in the poor kid's head. It wasn't until 2 or 3 years later when Norma, Cameron's mother, became more and more intrigued by her son's story. And eventually Norma decided to investigate his claims by first visiting a couple of psychologists. However, not satisfied by their answers, and to cut a very long story short, Norma ultimately ends up taking her son along with a doctor to the island of Barra, the place Cameron wouldn't stop talking about since the age of 2.
Feel happy to be back.
Feel happy to be back, do you? You look happy to be back.
Leaving the airport, they board the bus to drive to the hotel, and they get their first look at the island.
Mummy, well, you might see it's in our house on the way.
I know, we're trying to see if we can see it.
You know what? I know the person who's upstairs, but
You know the person that lived there?
but I can't remember. Oh, dear. Mummy, it's hard to get to that bit.
Is it hard to get out?
Because then you'd have to try and swim back. Mummy, I recognize every single bit.
Upon arriving on the island of Barra, Cameron states on the way to the hotel that he recognizes a lot of the places and says that he's very happy to be back. Cameron also shares some memories that he had of the place when he supposedly lived there once before, including being able to see planes landing on a nearby beach from inside his parents' house.
My favorite
I could see the beach when I looked out the window, and sometimes my brothers and sisters could go by themselves, and I looked out my window seeing the planes land on the beach. And my brother had a black on it and how you die is you just go to
I don't even understand this kid
The
talking.
next day, Norma, Cameron's mother, and Dr. Jim Tucker travel to the local historian to see if they can't find records on this supposed Shane Robinson, the man who Cameron believed to be his father in his previous life.
Phone call today informed me that there were people living with the name Robertson on the north end of the island, in a house by the shore. It's a white house by the shore. Couldn't get much closer to the shore.
Callum's records were only for properties owned by islanders, but the Robertsons were from the mainland.
And when were they there?
60s, 70s, I believe.
Yeah. So we know exactly which house it was. We'd be able to go see it.
Sanderling.
After a bit of work searching, the historian for the island of Barra eventually finds records for a family with the last name Robinson who owned and occupied a white house near the beach. Just like Cameron stated many times before, they travel out to the house, but they purposely don't tell Cameron where they're going, as they don't want to influence
Could you imagine that, being reincarnated and you remember everything? I wonder if I was reincarnated. I don't remember a single thing. Just deja vu. Maybe deja vu is the effects of reincarnation. We'll never know, right?
What's wrong? A wee bit. You alright? Is this your house? No, you get sad. Is this your house? Yeah? It's okay.
The usually happy Cameron all of a sudden becomes subdued. And after searching the property, further similarities between Cameron's story and what Norma and the doctor begin to see start showing themselves, such as the house itself, a rock pool below, a small beach access gate behind the property, and, of course, the last name of the people who owned the house back in
That's
the
crazy.
1960s and 70s. However, it doesn't end there. Believe it or not, there's still a few more things that lined up perfectly with Cameron's story that he had been telling since the age of 2, including planes landing on a nearby beach runway, the look of a neighbor's dog, and much, much more. However, for the full story, if you have a spare hour, I suggest watching both parts 1 and 2. Of course, I'll put the links for those in the description down below. And as weird as all of this was, could this just have been a remarkable coincidence, or could there be more to it?
Insane.
The majority
Wow.
of commenters on the original upload suggest that this could be a possibility, and that they believe Cameron.
I saw a multiverse.
But who knows? What do you think
Spider-Man.
about this story? Let me know. I thought it was kinda creepy. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
Well, that's my reaction to Shadow Man. 5 ghost videos scarier than 2020. Well, they're alright, but thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you want to. And have a happy new year. Bye-bye.